When we are in our low moment, a period when we are having depression, anxiety, or pain, we tend to get carried away with what we're going through, that we miss one of the routes that we can take that will go a long way in helping to relieve us of our problem. And that brings us to the topic of today: how helping others can help relieve us of our pain, our depression. Hello everyone, welcome to True Mother's Tears. My name is Zaina Mahmood. I'm a grief loss and a parenting coach. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell or notification to be notified whenever there is a new video. And if you've been with me from the onset, I say a very big thank you. Thank you so very much for hanging in there and being supportive. I couldn't have been here without you. You have been such a blessing to me, just the same way I hope to be a blessing to you too. So today we'll be talking about how helping others can go a long way in helping to relieve us of our depression, our anxiety, and our pain. When we are depressed, when we're anxious, or we are going through a very rough patch in our lives, we get so focused on that situation that we don't even know, or we might take a route that might not help us as much as helping others can do. So that is why I want to talk about it today, to highlight the importance of helping people and how much it can help you without you knowing it. Helping others does wonders to our pain, and it also betters our relationship with people. I can simply say it gives a lot of comfort to the heart. It's like a perfume where both the buyer, the seller, and the user all benefit from its fragrance. That is how helping others does. It helps you when you help someone in pain. Even while you are presently in pain, you discover that at the end of the day, you are helping to relieve that person of whatever he or she is going through. The person feels better within himself. You also feel better because you have given back to someone, and then everybody, the people that person relates with, also feel better, because when you're in a better frame of mind, you relate much better with people. Helping others can actually have a more potent effect on making us feel better than the actual drugs we take. Take an example of depression. Sometimes we might not, at the early stage of depression, you might not necessarily need drugs. Using a therapy of helping others is something that will do wonders to you without you knowing. Imagine when you close yourself up, not wanting or allowing anybody to come close to you, not even allowing people to know what you are going through. You get consumed by that problem, and then you are in a fix. But when you come out, you relate with people, you probably see someone going through something similar to yours. Just a word of comfort, a word of confidence, a word of hope to that person can bring a smile or a relief to the person's heart. And then the way the person will come out, the way the person will smile, the reaction you get from that person will, in response to what you've done, make you feel better. People with depression tend to actually blame themselves when something goes wrong, feel a general sense of dislike for themselves, interpret their action in the worst possible light, remember the mistakes they have made over and over and over again. They keep playing back those mistakes, and this makes them feel worse than they are already feeling. But when we try to help others by speaking with them in the language that they will understand, in the language and in the tone that will give relief to their mind, you see how beneficial it will be to them. When somebody is feeling very bad, and then the person at that moment doesn't see anything good in his or her life, when you help such person to see in another direction, possibly see that there is life on the other side, and there is happiness, there is brightness on the other side, the person, it will go a long way in helping to relieve the person that is not all gloom and doom, and by you doing that, you're really giving a positive vibe to that person. Different ways we can help people when we are down, when we are depressed ourselves. Number one way one can help when you are depressed yourself is by being supportive of others. When we let people that we care about, people that are close to us, know how excited we are when something good happens to them, it makes the person feel happier, knowing fully well that he or she has, people in his support group that can hype the person, and at the end of the day, when you do that, the person feels good, you feel good, everybody is happy, and before you know it, you want to cling more to the happy side than the sad side, you know. So, and this will go a long way in helping you come out of your anxiety, because you are more depressed when you push yourself in that zone, when you don't try to pick up happy vibes, you just stay in a place that keep getting you more depressed. But when you come out, when you show affection to people, when something good happens to someone and you participate in that goodness, you show so much support and you are there for the person most likely will respond on the same level that you have given that support, and at the end of the day, everybody gets happier. So one way we can help people is having compassion for other people's mistakes. You know, sometimes when we are in that zone, we tend to blow a mistake bigger than it is. Something that ordinarily we wouldn't have brought out a very, ugly side of us, will now bring out that side when we are depressed or when we're anxious, when we're in pain. You tend to see yourself, blowing something. Maybe somebody breaks something. Ordinarily, if you were not depressed, you would just be like, okay, clean it up. But when you are in that zone where you don't want anything, you tend to make mountain out of a molehill. You beat the person over that little mistake, which most usually you would have overlooked if you were not depressed. But when you're in that zone, you just like, why did it happen? And the person sometimes can even be shocked, or the person might start crying as a result of what you have done. So, and when you see that, when you are depressed and then you make people feel worse than they are, or you make people feel bad, that reaction that you get from them affects you without you knowing. Because when somebody comes to you smiling and then you say something that makes the person frown or makes the person sad, there's no way it can bring happiness to your heart. There's just no way. So, but when you make somebody feel like, when you lighten the level of somebody's mistake, make it feel like it's no big deal, the person is better relaxed, and then you find out that the person will be quicker to want to correct that mistake, and at the end of the day, the person feels good, you feel better. Another way we can help people is by making a positive difference in somebody's life. So you might notice someone needing help and the person has actually not reached out to you. When you are in your low moment, a period of depression, is a great time to try to help yourself by coming out to help such a person. It could be that you've noticed someone needing help and maybe you didn't reach out. A period of depression is a good time to reach out to the person, find out what the person needs. If you're in a position to help that person, do not hesitate to. If there's anything the person might be needing to take the person to the next level, and you have that all within you or with you, don't hesitate to give it to the person. And by you helping that person, it betters the relationship between you and the person, and at the end of the day, you feel good within yourself that you have made a very positive change in somebody's life, a positive change that will carry the person to a greater height. So at the end of the day, it makes you feel better and it helps you through your pain. Another way we can help people: avoid doing anything that will be harmful to others. Like I said, when you're in your period of depression, when you're in a period of pain, you don't care what you do to others. You're just all about yourself. You don't care how you talk to people. You don't care how you hurt people. You don't care the things you put in place that can actually cause damage to people. You are just all about yourself. But if you try to go out of your way to avoid doing things that will be harmful to others, you discover that things will be better, people will be less hurt, and when everyone feels better, the atmosphere around you is cool, the atmosphere around you is happy, and it helps you to bring out those happy vibes that you still have remaining in you, and then you start feeling better regardless of how bad you have been feeling. Another way you can help people is avoiding to be self-centered when another person is going through a similar problem. You might see someone battling depression just same way you are, and then you are like, I'm going through what you're going through, it's no big deal. When sometimes you see people push down their own pain or keep at bay their own pain to help another person come out of his, by you doing that to that person, you wouldn't know you're trying to help the person heal through his or her pain. As you're doing that, you're healing that person, you are at the same time healing yourself. So don't be too self-centered. Don't think like, I'm going through same, so everybody should for himself. No. Sometimes when you push yourself, when you try to keep your own somewhere, push your own pain aside to help another person come out of his or her own pain, it will do a great deal of giving you relief in your own depression. So please don't be self-centered when you are depressed. Don't make people feel bad. Don't make them, especially someone that is going through similar thing. You will understand that person more because you are going through it. You know how it is, you know how it feels, and then you know, it's like knowing where somebody is going to land even when the person hasn't taken off. You know how the journey is going to be because you've been there. You know how it started. You don't know, though you might not know where it's going to get you to or where it's going to lead to, but you know how difficult the journey has been. So you not being self-centered is by understanding that that person shouldn't go through that. Let me help. Let me do one or two things that I can to help that person, and at the end of the day you discover that you will feel better at the same time. Another way we can help is by avoiding to do things that are unhelpful to others. So if don't worsen. When somebody brings up a problem to you, don't say because you are in a period of pain, you're in a period of depression, then you worsen the person's problem. Avoid doing anything that will be unhelpful to others. Don't worsen somebody's problem. There is a saying that if you can't make someone's situation better, do not worsen it. So when you see someone in a problem or in the similar situation with you, if you know you don't know any way, if you don't know any way of helping to make that person feel better, do not compound that person's problem. Taking so much care not to do things that will make other people's life more difficult is another way of avoiding things that can be unhelpful to others. Investing in a relationship is the key to our long-term happiness and health. So I hope you will not hesitate to take some of these steps or every of these steps to help others when you yourself are in a dire need of help. Never regret when you take this direction, because it will go a long way in making you feel better in whatever it is you're going through. Try helping someone today and you see how good it will make you feel. Thank you so very much for listening and for hanging in there. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell on notification if you're new. And if you've been with me, please don't always stop being supportive of my brand. Thank you so very much. Until I meet you next time, thank you so very much and do have a lovely weekend. Bye.